So you can come into the center of your space. I have this lovely little love heart I've just discovered on my mat. I think it's come off of one of my belly dance costumes. Let's come into the center of your mat. Spread out through your toes, relax and release through your feet. We're going to engage just lightly with the feet. Bring the arches upwards slightly. So we're not fully gripping with the toes, but it's just a light connection there. Engaging. And then release through the muscles of low legs. Bend through your knees. Relax through upper legs. We're going to tuck the hips under in neutral, bringing the tailbone closer to the ground. And the hips are going to face into neutral position up towards the sky. Don't force that though. Keep it soft but engaged. And we're coming all the way through the muscles of pelvic floor up towards your belly button. Relax through the abdomen. Take a deep breath in. All the way down into belly. Expand the belly, expand the chest. Collarbones rise. And as you breathe out, let that just tumble back down again and expel any stale air so you can go beyond your neutral with the breath and release fully. And then breathing in. And release fully. And just notice that connection between the release and the receiving, the giving and the receiving. And so, as we release fully, we create more space so that things can come to us. And that inward breath then almost feels so much more natural, and it just happens almost by itself. And from here, let's bring the hands up over our head. We're going to raise slightly through our rib cage. Keep your shoulders low. We're going to lift the fingers up to the sky. Feel that connection through your feet. The crown of the head up to the sky, tailbone to the ground. Lengthen through your spine, your waist, your back, your belly. Reaching up as high as you can now. Keep the shoulders still quite low. Take a deep breath here. And as you breathe out, we're going to allow those hands to release all the way down. You can bend through your knees and collapse a little bit through your back there. Allow the back to round and release through your neck. Allow your head just to hang there and release it out. Let's try that again. As you take a deep breath in, we're going to come all the way up towards the sky. Lengthen and keep the shoulders low, but lengthen all the way through. Particularly back, waist, belly, each of your individual vertebrae enjoying that lengthening. Breathe here. And then release that and forward folding gently with that. Bend through your knees. You can bob through your knees. Relax through your head and your neck. Relax your shoulders, your upper back is just really opening for that space at the back of your neck, in between your shoulder blades. Take a deep breath in. Let's do that one more time, all the way up towards the sky. And release that breath, holding that lengthened position. Deep breath here. Breathing out this time, let's release that gentle forward fold. Bend through your knees, allow the arms to swing out, relax through your neck. And just enjoy that opening through the back. And bring it now back into center as we return one vertebrae at a time. Up into center. I'm going to bring our hands onto the back of our head here. Bring my hair to the back. Place your hands on the back of your head. Bring your elbows towards the front. We're going to create these circles round with the elbows. And then take it around the other way, circling outwards. Allow the scapula to really open out. Bring it out to the side wide, bring it into center. Out to the side, into center. Really opening up through the back of that heart chakra, opening up through underneath the scapula. And this time, let's bring it wide. Let's bring the hands all the way out to the side. You can lower them down and just rest into there. Bring the shoulders all the way forwards and up, back and down. Slide the shoulder blades together and down your back. Already feeling more release through there. And we can open up through the chest now, really opening through chest. Bring a small bend to your knees. You could take a wider stance here if that feels good. Reconnect with the ground with both feet. And with that bend through the knees and your hips in neutral, with your shoulders in that open position, we can raise our hands slightly, bring your gaze up towards the sky in wonderment, and allow that opening through the chest to take you where it wants to. You could make that a bigger movement if that feels good for you. Just make sure that you bring a bigger bend through your knees if you do that. Low back is nice and straight, hips are in neutral. And gently return that into center. Bring your hands down by your side. And already notice how different you feel within your body and as a result of that within your mind. Really just a few minutes, quite transformational. Let's bring our hands out towards the side to help steady us. You can do this stretch here. It's a dynamic stretch, so there's movement. You can do it against a wall if you would like to, or on the back of a chair. You could lean on there. Or you could enjoy testing your balance. We're going to lift through one leg, shift your weight onto one side, lift through one leg, and we're going to bring that rotational, slight diagonal through the leg. So you can allow a little bit of rotation through the hip socket there. Good. Bring it back into center. Let's try that on the other side. Shift your weight over to that side. Grip just a little bit onto the ground so you've activated through your feet. And with the weight on that side, you're free to pick up through that leg and bring in that leg swing, really warming up and opening up through the hips here. Good, that looks amazing. Well done. Well done. That is incredible. Good. And then return that down. And here we're going to bring the leg forwards and back. Bring it forwards and back. So we've shifted the weight onto the other side. We're just going to do a few of these here. And return that back down. Engage through the feet, bend to your knees, shift your weight to the other side, bring it forwards and back. Forwards and back. And in your own time, place that back down again. Lovely. Let's reach up towards the sky here. We're going to take a wide stance. Bring the toes towards each other and bring your heels a little bit wider. And we're going to fold forward so you can extend through your legs here if that feels accessible to you. And you're going to come down, pass through center and continue down. Bring the crown of the head down to the ground. Tailbone comes up to the sky. You can place your hands where you need to in order to make that comfortable release. You're going to feel this opening up through the full length of the back of your legs. And with your hips rotated round, you're going to feel that also releasing through the glutes. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just take a moment to notice if perhaps a little pocket of space opens up for you. And if it does, you can Begin to move into that space there. Now, the distance that you travel today is not important. What's important is that it feels right for you in this moment. And that you've got lovely alignment and breath. And we're holding this stretch long enough to positively influence our flexibility. Take a deep breath here. And as you breathe out, we can gently begin to come out of that stretch there. We're going to rotate round through our right foot. You're going to walk your hands round towards that leg. The back foot, we're going to pivot into alignment. So both feet are facing the same direction. You're going to lower your knee down to the ground. You could step that foot backwards a little if that feels good for you. And you can untuck the toes. And here, you can come back upwards with your upper half. Bring your hands out to help steady you. Good, nice transition, well done. And here we're going to be releasing through the front of the thigh and through the hip flexor. You can lean further into that stretch by sliding your hips forwards. Make sure you've got a 90-degree angle through that front leg. And the hips remain in neutral, so there's no hyperextension through the back. We're using those pelvic floor muscles all the way through the underside of your body and round towards belly button to keep the hips neutral. Here the option is there if you would like to. You can bring your hands one either side of that foot. Keep the tension nice and steady there. And breathing in as you breathe out, see if perhaps a little pocket of space opens up for you. Try and keep alignment throughout your back. Here, breathing in. When you're ready, we can move out of the stretch and bring the hips back. Bring them directly back to over the top of that knee. And on that front leg, bring the toes in towards you. So you're going to feel this release all the way down to the back of your leg on a deeper level now. Keep the hips neutral. They might want to pivot. One might want to lead. Try and keep them square on, aligned with your mat. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, let's release that foot back down towards the ground. Bring both hands to the front of that leg. Walk your way round. Here we're going to lift up again into that position we had a moment ago. We're going to take the heels a little bit wider, the toes in together. Bring the hands out in front. Extend through your legs if that's accessible to you today. We're going to forward fold through the hips. So you're pivoting your pelvic ball round. You might now feel a little bit more space opens up for you. You can rest into that. What you can do with this is bring a yoga block or some cushions, a rolled up blanket, and you can place them in front of you there to rest your hands or your arms, your elbows, or maybe even your head. Good, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let's gradually begin to come out of there. And then we're going to rotate the left foot round to align with the short edge of the mat. And then you're going to allow your back foot to follow. You've got one hand either side of that leg. And you're going to bring your knee down towards the mat. Untuck your toes. And from here, we're going to use our core muscles and our legs to bring our upper half back into center. Use pelvic floor muscles there to come neutral with hips. And that neutralizing of hips is really what allows the stretch to open up through the front of your hips, and the hip flexors there, right on the front of the body, and all the way down the thigh. So you can bring a 90-degree angle through that front leg, slide the hip forwards whilst maintaining neutral there. Good, well done. And as you take a deep breath in, breathing out, see if perhaps you'd like to move into that deeper stretch where you come forwards. Bring your hands either side of that leg or both on the same side. Still aiming for a 90-degree angle through that front leg. Deep breath here. As you breathe out, you can gently bring the hips back over the top of that supporting knee, and bring the front toes up in towards you. Extend through that leg to reveal this deep releasing stretch through the back of your leg. The hips neutral in alignment with the short edge of your mat. As you breathe in, breathing out, see if there's a little pocket of space opens up for you. Next breath, we can gently return the toes back down to the mat and step that foot behind us. And here, enjoying a tabletop position, shoulder width through your legs and through your arms, all the joints stacked. We can bring the back and belly up to the sky, breathing out. Breathe in as you allow your back to round there. And then we're going to come bring the belly and the back down to the mat, to the ground. Bring the crown of the head and the tailbone upwards to the sky. And then we're going to release the breath. I'm going to bring the belly and the back upwards, round through there. And then we're going to release that through neutral. We're going to bring belly and back to the ground, crown of the head and tailbone to the sky. And come back into center. I'm going to take the knees wide, or you can bring the knees in together. Take them wide if you'd like a deeper release through the stretch, and bring them together if you'd like a more gentle one. We're going to bring the hips down to our knees and your chest down to your thighs or to the ground. Allow your arms to slide out in front or walk them forwards. And rest a moment. Make any small adjustments. breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to gently unwind, coming up through low back, mid back, to your upper back, shoulders, your neck, and your head. Come to tabletop position and use that to gently come down onto your side and then onto your back. Coming down towards the ground on your back. We're going to bring our knees up in towards our chest. You can grip on behind your knees or on top of them. Just enjoy this childlike roll. We can stay stationary. Enjoy releasing through glutes on your back. Nice release for your kidneys. Each of your internal organs as you bring your legs in towards boosting digestive system, perhaps. Enjoy that for a moment longer. And here we're going to extend our legs out in front. Let them connect with the mat, one and then the other. Bring the toes in towards you. Bring your hands up overhead. Lengthen, press your heels and your soles of your feet as far away from you as you can. Bring your fingertips as far away as you can. Front of the head, tailbone. And then we're going to release that. And bring the hands all the way back over. Here, we're going to lift the hips upwards. You can bring the hands or the shoulder blades a little bit closer together. Slide them down your back. Walk the fingers away. Using your glutes here and using your thighs, we're creating this straight line through shoulders, your hips, your knees. And we're just going to hold this for a moment. Here we're lengthening out through the thighs and the hips. Opening through the chest. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we can enjoy allowing the shoulders to expand on the mat and coming down one vertebrae at a time. Coming down through your upper back, mid back. Returning each vertebrae to the mat one at a time. Coming down through low back. Your hips return. Relax through the muscles of your shoulders and your arms. Relax through the muscles of your legs. We can slide one leg out in front and then the other. Rest a moment. Enjoy some deep breaths here. And in a moment, you can bend through your furthest away leg to bring the knee up to the sky and cross it over your body, and also the same with your far away arm. Cross it over your body, and using now each of those to roll onto your side and coming back to seated position. Taking 3 deep breaths. And as you breathe with me now, a moment to notice how you feel now. And one more. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit notifications so you can be informed of when the next video goes up. If you'd like to support the creation of these videos, remember you can head along to patreon.com/LittleEgyptStudio, where you'll find a community of other enjoyers of these videos. See you soon. Bye.